Hello, YouTube. Hi. I'm back on another live. Hello, hello. Okay. So, today I want to discuss rewriting your life story. If you're someone who's very unhappy with where you're at, feeling completely unfulfilled, not living out your purpose, stuck, confused, not sure which way to go, this is for you. So, right now, we're seeing a shift in reality as we enter into this new earth, this age of Aquarius. And in that, it is shattering to our own lives because not only on a macrocosm are old belief systems, paradigms, old ways of living, foundations that were built that are no longer suitable enough as a society. It's not sustainable. And so it's crumbling. And with that, our own belief systems are crumbling. Things that we didn't know are now coming to light. And while we shift into this, it's important to know that there is another way to live. There is another way to um, express, live with vitality, thrive, um, living a fulfilled, purposeful life. There is a way to do that. It's something that you may have not been exposed to. You may have not seen your entire life. And this is a theme that I've been seeing with all of my clients, students that are inside of like my courses and programs, and it's a big topic because again, changing someone's belief system is extremely hard to do. When you change somebody's belief system, it's like earth shattering basically because everything you thought was true is not true, and now you're like not sure where to go. And you may be in that um paradigm of not knowing which way to go. However, with the universal laws of the law of attraction, deliberate creation. If you're not familiar with Abraham Hicks' work, I highly suggest looking into it. It's extremely imperative to know that there is another way to live, right? It's as if you grew up, right, impoverished, poor, you never saw any wealthy people, and then somewhere along the line, you may have became an entrepreneur, innovator, or maybe you came across someone who is wealthy and it changed the trajectory of your life because you sat there and said, "I didn't even know it was possible to live like that." That's what we're talking about. So if you're stuck in that survival mode, dysregulated nervous system, victimhood consciousness, know that you can rewrite your life's story, but you must confront what's in front of you. And you must confront, you know, where you're headed, where you're going. Even if you're not entirely sure, it's, important to know that you can change your life. So for me, I'm a young adult who's gone through cancer twice. And I look back and all I've known is trauma, survival mode, stress, like lack, scarcity. But I always knew deep down on like a soul level that there was another way to do it. There was another way to live. And I continue to pursue that. And I've gotten to this point in my life. And now I'm thriving. I've created my own business, Holistic Human Performance, and I help other people do the same. No matter what circumstance you're in, whether it be cancer, autoimmune disease, you've gone through major trauma as a child, like you don't need to continue living with that, but know that it will take work to get to the other side. It's always work. You're always evolving. You're always trying to figure out a new way to express yourself. Really, the key is to live authentically. If you're not sure how to do that, you need to start with the question, who am I? Who am I? Who am I on a soul level? And what are you here to do? And that's a loaded question, but you want to sit down with that and really ask yourself, maybe place your hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, just taking a deep breath in, connecting to your body, and asking, what are you here to do? Don't think, just write. What are you here to do? And you might have anxiety come up, you might have depression, you might have so many different things come up, but know that that's actually okay, right? That's like a shift in the right direction. So, again, how do you rewrite your story? You start by number one, becoming aware of you are not going to continue living the way that you have been living. And then number two, you take some type of aligned action. So maybe in the morning, you start with a meditation, maybe some breath work, maybe some tapping. I have a ton of that in the virtual wellness center. Um, Maybe you are looking to get healthier in terms of maybe you live a sedentary lifestyle, so you want to start to exercise, right? It's like, what's your intention behind trying to live this lifestyle? Like, what's your intention? What are you trying to accomplish? And that will help you shift into taking aligned action. It will help you get to where literally rewriting your life story. So now this kind of shifts me into, which again, I'm going to get deeper in on the topic. I will touch on this here, but the divine masculine, divine feminine, yin and yang. So these, again, we're talking energy here. It has nothing to do with gender. It just has it's every single thing here on earth is energetic. Everything is energy, not just on earth. Everything is energy. And it has the duality of both the divine feminine and divine masculine. As human beings, we get in our own way, and what happens to us throughout our lives will put us in a wounded masculine or wounded feminine state. And that can then run the show. I see this a lot with women. They're entered in and they're living from their wounded masculine state. Victimhood consciousness, blaming everyone else for their problems, angry, anxious, um, also in terms of go-getters, which is not a bad thing, but that's because of unworthiness. So you're looking to I'm going to show them. It's like a proving type of mentality and energy behind it. That's coming from a wounded masculine state. So right now I am accessing both my divine feminine and divine masculine. I've done lots of work on both in terms of the wounded aspects of it. And that's how I'm able to understand this. And it's not about turning one off, turning the other on. It's about flowing between the two. So as I sit here and I teach, I am holding a container for you all. And that is me in my divine masculine energy, while also being in my divine feminine energy as I am channeling and also nurturing and coming from a very loving state. So, when you're in your creative flow, you are in your divine feminine state. Intuitiveness, that is divine feminine. Me, anything that's holding a container, which I spoke about in my last live, you can go check that out, but it's the masculine, right? So being held within the masculine so that you're safe enough to fully express yourself. That's like what we feminine, divine feminine creatures yearn. It's that safety to say, hey, we've got you. You're free to fully express yourself and be creative and just live out your best life. So again, it took time to get here. It's simple in practice, but it's not easy. And it forces you to confront what you've been hiding, what's been in the dark, what's been in the closet. It's forcing you to confront these things And if you do not, it really does lead you down a path of destruction, of dis-ease, of continuing victimhood mentality, and really you're just in survival mode. You have to understand that there is another way to live. If you're someone who wakes up and you're anxious, I mean, you're in survival mode. And so how we do this is directly working with the body, with the nervous system, with the fascia. I do all of this in my Metaphysics Your Health course and also the Body and Energetic Attunement program. I'll put all of that in the description box. But with that, it's understanding your own energy, understanding what your desires are, and then what aligned action can you take? Because throughout, like, we have all of these things that we've repressed, suppressed, we've stuff. We have to express that. We need to feel in order to heal. Okay. I'm not saying, obviously grief is a whole different ball game, but if you're going through like anger or disappointment or frustration, resentment, you want to give yourself 15 minutes to feel, and then you release it and you move on, right? And if it comes back up, okay, there's a deeper layer we need to get into. Where does that come from? What's that originating story that is running the show? Because whatever is running the show on a subconscious level is what is running your life. Our subconscious is 95% of how we live our lives. The conscious mind is 5%. And I will be discussing this in my new program coming out very soon, the 4-week nervous system regulation and reset program. It's going to be filled with, number one, teaching you about the nervous system, teaching you about the subconscious and conscious mind, how to live, how to activate that. But most importantly, how to regulate your nervous system. Because if your nervous system is dysregulated, you will continue to be in a fight or flight survival mode, sympathetic state, and you will just run yourself into the ground, right? Um, it's just no way to live. Like knowing that you can completely rewrite your entire life story is really all of the hope you need to move forward. There's always something that you can do um, to completely change your life. But you have to be radically honest with yourself. You have to be like, wow, I was living not my authentic self. I was living in survival mode and I was taking it out on other people. I was, taking it out on myself. It depends on the kind of person you are. But most importantly, when you rewrite your life story, the old you has to die off. And you have to be okay with that. The old you has to die off. We forgive, we let go, we move on, and we rewrite our story of what we want. What's the health? What's your health like? What's your body like? What are you doing for a living? What are you giving back to the collective? What are you doing in terms of like what's your mindset like? What are you wearing? How are you showing up? What is your essence that you're giving out into the world? That is how you rewrite your life story. You act as if you already have. Even if you don't see it in the physical 3D world, you act as if you already have it. And that is how you rewrite your life story. And there's a lot more to it. And if you need anyone one on one coaching support, we can do that. I do free 15-minute complimentary sessions where we figure out like, okay, where are you at? What are you unhappy with? How can I help? And I guide you in that right direction. So again, I'll put that link in the show notes, but I hope this helps as we continue to shift into this new earth, the age of Aquarius. Know that you probably are feeling the energy very intensely. That's okay. Just you gotta just roll with it. Roll with it, come back to you, reevaluate what's going on in your inner world, which is the most important thing because your inner world is a reflection of your external world. Inner world is what you need to work on. That is where you need to come back. That whole, like, busy, 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 especially with women, where they just that's a trauma response, where you're so busy that you try to, ignore and not think about what's actually going on the subconscious level. So, I hope this helps. I'll put all those informations, the programs. I have a free, Unblock and Awaken masterclass, and I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, I forgot. As I was about to end, totally forgot. I have so Black Friday is starting. You will also get 25% off the entire site. Holistic beauty products, all of my courses, programs, coaching. I'll also, again, it's automatic on the site. It ends on Cyber Monday, which I believe is December 2nd. So go check that out. 25% off the entire site. Happy holidays. I'll see you soon. Bye.